All right, back at my podcast, Made in Napoli. I'm here with Todd, Sebastian, and my boy Vic.
What's going on? Action Jackson.
What are you guys up to? So actually, Todd, I had a question for you. In 2020, you were shooting a lot of content, right? Like viral content.
100%.
Why'd you stop? What made you stop shooting? Because like a lot of people, you know, you went from a little bit of followers to a lot of followers, and a lot of people were watching you.
And
at
honestly,
the time.
like, kind of like dwindled down to like, it's like a fraction of what it used to be now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had much more back then because I was actively putting a lot of stuff out. And everyone at home was like, yo, what the fuck is this kid doing? Like, it was crazy because people like know me, but like nobody like understood really like what I was really doing. You know what I'm saying? They see me around celebrities doing this, doing that. But I had way too much fun. You know what I'm saying? Like my man's, you know, he was kind of like financing the whole entire thing. But what happened is, you know, we're in a mansion, Beverly Hills, whatever it is, $2-3 million. There's girls walking around naked, stuff like that. There's a camera crew rolling. What do? I'm shooting fucking porn in the basement. You know what I mean? So the thing is this, I got a little derailed from his vision and like what my vision was. You know what I'm saying?
So you wanted to do things a certain way, like how you wanted to do things, and you didn't see eye to eye with the other person. Is that like what it is? Or
And this is like what I was talking about a little bit before, you know, with my buddy over here. It's tough. Like when you got like a friend, stuff like that, you know, my father always told me like growing up and stuff like that, it's tough to have like partners in business. But like across the board, like my vision and his vision might be two different things. Just because I was shooting this crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? Like that necessarily wasn't my vision. I was just so uninterested and checked out on what we were filming and stuff like that. It wasn't me.
But now, like, if you had the opportunity, would you return to go back to making that content? Or
Not the
did you
content I
have
was
fun
making.
during the content? Or
Bro, of course I did. I met so many good people, made so many connections. I wouldn't go back to doing the content I was doing when I was bored, but I would do things my way. You know what I'm saying?
so this was what, around what, like 2020, 2021, 20, like, had to be like 3-4 years ago, though, because I remember it was going everywhere 3-4 years ago.
It was during COVID. I mean, you know, you remember how COVID was, obviously. You know, you guys could relate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, what were you doing during COVID?
I was working, bro.
Yeah? Doing what?
Working, hustling, just living life, taking trips every fucking week.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I wasn't affected by it the way I guess other people were.
But that's because like you have your own like business thing going on,
at
right?
At that point, not yet, right? Like
you were like getting into it.
Yeah, the business just started right like during COVID. That's when when I moved down to Florida. That was when everything took off. But during COVID, I always kind of just I've always been the type of person that doesn't like to be stuck in one place. Bro, I grew up in a 1-bedroom apartment with my parents, bro. But in my head, it's like so my life I always set up to where I don't have to follow the rules.
But you basically lived normal during COVID, because like during COVID, Florida was still open. Obviously,
yeah. Well,
everybody
I wasn't living in Florida yet at the beginning. I was in New York. We were still like, I mean, with him kind of like, he was halfway in, halfway out.
Yeah, I had my own situation, but nah, in New York, we were definitely still making things happen over here.
Well, no, New York was fun during COVID. I had a lot of fun during COVID.
Yeah, but there was only a specific group outside in COVID, you know?
Well, yeah, the beginning, everybody was like, whatever,
frantic.
they were staying home maybe the first week, and then, the second week, people started coming outside, and then week 3, we started coming
Well, you know how
outside.
we are, bro. We always find little loopholes.
No, I didn't give a fuck. If they gave me 9 o'clock curfew, I was outside. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Give me
we're going
tickets,
to these places where they eventually like turned into fucking afties.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
like
exactly
the most ghetto fucking like rented out apartment complex, and there's just people were killing it at that time.
You look at yourself, you're like, where the fuck am I?
No, yeah, because like
we went to spots underneath train stations that we would never go to.
We went to a spot under a vault in Soho under the trees. Like everybody's standing, bro. It was crazy.
But those spots are the most fun, though. No,
yeah,
they're like fun. They're just overcrowded, man.
Crazy?
It's fucking...
The shadier the spot, the hotter the girl, and the more fun the spot.
That's what I'm saying. You're drawing a specific crowd at that time because it was only certain people who didn't care that just wanted to be out there.
Out, it's the same recycled people.
It was
it's like the same recycled girls that we see.
Who's with who tonight? Okay, who's she gonna be with 2 weeks?
Yeah, she was with you.
You know what
she
I'm
was
saying?
with him. She was with him. She was with me. She was with Jesus. She was with.
That's what shows you. It kind of shows you the type of people really are when they're bored. You know
No,
what I mean? Like when a lot of people are uncomfortable in their own skin to just like sit home and like, you know, not do shit. A lot of them, you should really start seeing the type of fucking weird shit that they're into. You know, the type of weird shit that girls will do too, and just to get out.
Well, not the female perspective. I think girls today, logically, in like where we live now, like we live in Western world, not Europe or like South America or whatever, are useless. The girls today are useless. None of them know how to cook. None of them know how to do nothing. They just know how to fuck. Like
That's about it.
and then they don't just like fuck one dude. Like they like go through your boys. You know.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, but it's also a lot that has to do with the girls that we're around.
oh yeah, that
Because the
I
places
mean,
we're,
but
I'll
the
never
thing is,
look. If I meet a girl out, you know. in
If
the
you meet
city
a
at
girl
the club,
out, yeah, but
the
if-
likelihood of me taking her serious is probably like slim to none. Like,
No,
we
the
talked about
likely-
this the other day.
yeah, the
You know,
likelihood-
like, if I see, you know, one of you guys notice this, I love you guys, but when one of you guys follow her, I'm not talking to her.
You're out. No, that's valid though. No,
We said that today. Because we
That's
said that
valid.
today. We're like, oh, we look for a specific IG handle that if it follows this person, so
Yo, I want to find a girl.
It's
We
over.
got no mutual followers, and if I see you following
not.
somebody I know, I'm
You're
like,
not. You're
nah,
not.
I'm good.
And then it'd be like
I'm not gonna
five
wipe you
mutual
up. I'll still
followers, and
fuck
they-
you. Yeah.
5 mutual followers, and they all have to be girls, right? And then hopefully it's like a girl's fucking hair page or something.
You're not.
Not like, you know.
You're just. It's just.
Girls
I
air
think like
page.
in New York, where we live, it's just impossible. It's just impossible.
See, this is my problem though. It's like, yo, a girl, ready? They just take. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, how are you? You know, what can I cook you? You know what I'm saying? It's like me in my head. It's
No,
like,
they're not. They're actually not taking. So like, all right, in consideration, yeah, like we pay for stuff. We're men. Like you buy stuff, you pay for stuff, yeah. But they lose in the end. I'm gonna tell you why. Because
with you.
no, with that, no,
Yeah, with you.
Not with Chad and Brad.
no.
The normal guys.
Not only with me. No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because you could be a good guy to like whatever. You could be a good guy to a girl, buy her everything, treat her right, and she'll fumble that bag like by doing you wrong. But she's not getting whatever she got with the good guy from the other guy. So like, if a girl genuinely goes and like fucks a good guy over for somebody like me, right? What did she get out of me? She just gave it to me. I don't have to do nothing.
Right.
She lost a guy who was giving her a normal life, like taking her to dinner,
But you're
buying her
thinking too
things.
logically,
and
though. You're thinking like a man's logic. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Yeah,
put
I
yourself in a
understand.
woman's set of shoes where it's
But
like, you know,
you think that they don't think about this at night? The reason why they keep bouncing around from man to man is because they want to go find that good person again, but they're not. So they're just settling to anybody. So like one will fuck me and I'll treat her like shit. Then she'll run to him, Sebastian, right?
Right.
Thinking, oh, maybe Sebastian's going to be nice to me because the first day that she met Sebastian, naturally Sebastian's going to be sweet because he wants the pussy. He's going to be nice. So now she's going to give the pussy to
Hey,
Sebastian.
you give a free game out.
And then Sebastian, no. Even if I'm explaining what the game is right now,
They still
they're
do the
dumb
same
and
thing.
still gonna
Yeah.
do this. She'll go to Sebastian, fuck Sebastian. Then Sebastian in his head, oh, but she fucked Antonio too. Fuck this girl. So Sebastian's gonna still do whatever he's doing. Then she's gonna get mad at Sebastian. Oh, I'm gonna get back at him. Then she'll go fuck Vic.
Yeah, but I don't
Vic
care.
is gonna
And
do
you
the
don't
same
care?
thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
see, I don't care. So
No, but that's what I'm saying. Now she'll go fuck Vic because she's mad at Sebastian, right? So Vic obviously is not going to say no to pussy. He's going to fuck the girl. And then Vic is not going to take her serious either. So then it goes now to you. Then after you. Then it goes to Alan, who's not even here.
I want to go last.
You understand? Like, it bounces around
something
a
really
circle of people we all
Yeah.
know. And it's, you don't even need to hang out with the person every day. Or sometimes it could be like somebody you don't like. And they'll go through that group also, and then the next group, and the next group, and the next group, all because they're trying to find what they lost. So they think, oh, by fucking everybody, I'm eventually going to find somebody that wants
gonna
me.
stumble across
Nah, you
gold.
burn yourself.
I mean, there's a lot of ways to like look at that, though. You know, not every case is the same. But that what he explained just
Yeah, but you're-
he really just explained the life cycle of a New York hoe.
but to be honest, with you,
Right.
you're 100% right though. You're 100% accurate. You're right. There's nothing wrong with what you said. But that's why, like, honestly, for me, that's why girls like that, I don't care how hot they are, they barely interest me because I know it's easy. You know, like it's just
Well, yeah, you're
when
not
it comes
trying-
so easy, it's like I don't care if you're a 10 of 10. Like you could be a smoke show.
Well, the thing
it
is,
just
the
doesn't
10s are
matter
the
at
worst.
that point.
Exactly.
Yeah,
These girls think a lot of
out.
times where they fuck up.
How many-
is they think that because they have clout or they're bad as fuck, right? Some guy's gonna try to, bro. I don't care if you're the baddest girl on fucking
Me and you
earth.
spoke about this off
If
camera.
you're-
You
if you
remember
don't
we
have
spoke
those
about
principles, I don't want it.
how these girls that are actually they're attractive females that come into the club wherever we at and nobody wants them at their table. Want to know why? Because everybody already did what
Yeah.
they had to do with
Yes,
them, and now they're
yes,
drama.
yes.
So you're a very pretty attractive girl.
Yeah, but
I don't want you at my
I don't
table
want you.
because not he had you, she had you, he had you.
Yeah.
Everybody here had you.
But it's not even
so.
that.
What's the worth of that?
Sometimes it's also like
a bad
embarrassing.
look now.
No, it's not
Exactly,
even a
that's what I'm
bad
saying.
look. Sometimes it's embarrassing to be standing next to that person.
Right.
Because other people might think you're with that person.
You're dumb enough to be with them,
and they're
Right.
gonna be like, "Oh, look, he's with that girl," and like I fucked her, he fucked her.
Bro, there's
you're
girls that
gonna
we know
fuck
that
her,
are,
you know what
that
I'm saying?
hop around boroughs. Like, and I'm talking about every borough, every borough.
Listen, I
and
can-
think they're a good girl. They can hide it
I
because they
don't
did
say-
that in the Bronx. They
I
did
don't-
that in Staten
I
Island.
don't
did that.
mention
Bitch,
names.
we got Instagram.
I don't mention names.
We
Social
know what's
media.
up.
Yeah.
I don't mention
And then
names.
they get to the final boss and they move to Miami. That's what it is.
No cap, no
The
cap.
final boss and they
Bro,
moved to
it's
Miami.
so.
No
But the
cap.
final
Wow.
boss would be like a weird character. Like,
But not lived there. I lived in Miami, so it's
What's wrong with
it's
being the
different,
final
bro.
boss?
no, the final boss is the weirdest one. We're the normal ones. Like, we're the people who would typically like get the girl.
Yeah.
The final boss is the weirdest guy.
Yeah.
Like, the ugliest, weirdest
The one that's just
guy.
paying for
The one that don't care about nothing.
got bread.
He just
He's
wants
got
a pretty
bread.
girl.
Somehow has
He just wants a
bread.
pretty girl next to him.
Yeah,
That's it.
somehow has bread. He's
But we
fat.
all know girls like that.
Fat.
They started out with us, right? Hopping from guy to guy. Then all of a sudden, they start wearing bust-down chains. Right? They start driving nice cars.
Never show
but
their
nobody
man, though.
knows who the guy
Nobody
is.
shows their man, though. Nobody shows
And then
their
all
man,
of a
though.
sudden, all of a sudden you're
We're
looking at
like,
these
who would do
people.
that for her?
You're
And
like-
some guy that's like fucking, some
You're like,
older
did their
dude.
parents get divorced? What's wrong with this kid? Is he going through a midlife
Yeah,
crisis?
typically it's like usually an older man. Like, all right, we know a girl. We know one girl that does this. Right? But I'm not gonna say names.
We know
but-
one.
No.
No.
There's so many, bro.
I,
know one too many.
but I actually have massive respect for this one because at least she gets her bread and like whatever, you know.
She gets the job done.
So there's like one girl that we
On her
all
end.
know that will like be with all these men, but like at least she has the stuff to show for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
These other girls that were around, they have nothing to show for
They
it.
fumble it.
They just
they
got
fumble
they
it.
just got fucked and toes back, and then you see them at bounce again, and then you see them
Looking
at
for the
Heartbreak
next
again.
victim.
But that's
They're
something-
looking for the next fucking retard guy who they think they're gonna be in a relationship with, and then they're just not because that retard is also gonna get tired of her too. You know?
But that's something interesting too, and I always say this. I'm like talking to my boys. I'm like, yo, like girls think like, cause you know how it is nowadays. Like girls think like nowadays, like if a guy like takes him out to dinner, like, oh, he's a good guy. He took me out to
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah.
Yo, then what happens? I spent $300 on dinner, and you're smashing right there.
Well, but sometimes you don't even have to go to the dinner. What do you mean? Sometimes you don't even gotta go to the dinner, bro.
He's right.
How about this? I posted a picture of my dogs one time, right? On my Instagram. My dog was sleeping on the other dog. I post that picture purposely. Dog sleeping on the other dog. Girl, oh my God, they're so cute. I can't wait to see them. Come see them. 2 hours later, she was at my house. No dinner, no nothing. I fucked her. Next day, never spoke to her again. Obviously, I'm never going to speak to you again. It's fucking dead to
It was
talk
that
about.
easy though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's
I didn't
why.
have to do nothing. I just posted a picture of my dogs. My dogs got me laid. I didn't
That's
have
what
to go to
dogs do.
dinner. I didn't even have to buy McDonald's.
Yeah.
It didn't even cost me a $3 McChicken. Like, because now McChickens are $3. They're not $1 no more.
Inflation.
You know, New York's
Especially
bad.
if you order at Uber Eats at $4.
Yeah. you
Nah,
agree?
that
you know
shit's
that way too well.
$6.75, my boy.
Here's me, bro. We were in Toronto just
And then you
now,
got to tip
right?
the guy, too. So,
Toronto.
we
Listen
spent
to this,
$4.
Look
listen
how I
one.
got ripped, right? We were in Toronto. We were drinking all night. We went to Soda, and then we went to, what was it?
4-4 club.
Whatever, right? We went. We get back. We're in my my hotel,
this hotel.
and I tell him, like, yo, bro, let's order McDonald's. Starved.
It's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
So he's like, what should I order? Like, we'll order like 10 McDoubles. You know what I mean? Like, I just play it safe. I don't know how the fuck the food is.
It's on my Uber Eats account too, mind you.
So he orders it, but then like I don't know what happened, but I was hungry. So
It was
I'm
like
like,
$130 US. I think
Yeah.
it was like, I don't know, 180 CAD.
so I tell someone to order room service. You just order burgers and room
This is
service.
after
Like,
I ordered
Well,
the McDonald's
actually,
5
wait.
seconds later.
Wait,
So, bro,
question.
so the guy said, so why am I order? I'm like, well, just order like 12 burgers, right? Order, like 10 Cokes, meet having the McDonald's still stuck in my head because mind you,
You ordered 12 burgers, 15 Diet Cokes, and 10 waters.
My boy was doing his
$700 and just burgers, right? You think anyone but me ate?
Room service taxed me. He woke up with 10 burgers. He woke
Bro,
up.
I
He
wake
goes,
up the next day. I open the.
he goes, why does it smell like burgers
Yeah, you
everywhere?
don't even need the food.
Open it and I just see burgers everywhere, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like how fucked up was I last night? Yeah.
What about
fucked up
all right?
was
So
that?
you guys just came back from Toronto, right?
Yeah.
How were the girls in Toronto? Because I lived in
wouldn't
Toronto
complain.
when I was a kid.
I
but
mean,
I
yeah,
only
did
you
lived
really?
there for a month when I first moved to the States. Like when I
Yeah.
first left Italy.
That was like your Ellis Island.
I lived. yeah. Technically, yes.
I mean, I had one too. Trust me.
Shout out Canada.
I came here
Banned.
with no papers, no nothing. Obviously,
It's a lot going there.
undocumented immigrant.
Yeah.
I lived in Toronto for about a month and a half.
How old were you though?
I was 9 years old. 9 years
You
old.
don't remember,
2001.
man.
9 years old.
Yeah.
I lived in Toronto for about a month and a half, but like in an Italian area. So like the people were still speaking Italian then.
Yeah.
So for me, it didn't feel like I really like moved. You know, I was still able to communicate with other people.
Right.
And then after that, I left and moved to New York. So I didn't really get to experience life in Toronto,
right,
to
right.
see like what kind of creatures live out in Toronto.
The
We
best
know
way
we
I'll
know the
put it,
creatures
you know
that
the
live
best
To be
way I'll
honest with
put
you,
it?
I don't want to even like give it like a high regard, but I listen. There is very pretty women over there. But we were also at the best of the best spots. You know what I mean? Like we're not. You
Well,
know
yeah,
how.
in New York,
It's
we're at
like-
the best
it's
of the
like-
best spots
I think-
too.
I
You don't
think
see
it's
that.
Right,
like-
but we go to these other areas where they're not like, you know, I'm not saying we go to terrible spots, but you know, we go to average spots. But here we were there for 2 days, so we went to the 2 best restaurants in Toronto. We went to the best clubs,
Yeah.
and we packed it up and went home. But at the end of the day, we did see very attractive female there. You know, like it was.
We also went during Art Basel, which
We actually lost.
most of those girls that you know,
Yeah, no, I got
they
to
were on
experience
Art
that.
Basel
I was in
everywhere, yeah.
Miami for that.
They were in
Yeah, he
Miami.
was there.
I was there.
He was there
I was on the
tweaking.
front lines, trench warfare.
Oh yeah, no,
Well,
I-
he's seen it all, but
He's seen it
even
all.
when we were there, they were.
But
But they're not like New York though. They're very like in the face, pretty. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
very put
the
together.
city
You know.
itself is like I'll put
Mad
it like
clean
it's
though,
like
right?
it's like
Yeah.
New York with a condom.
I know. I told
That's
you.
what
all
it
right,
is.
so it's clean.
Yo, so listen.
But again,
It's
we're
like- it's
also
like
we're
more
also
like-
at downtown Toronto. We're by where the Raptors play. We're by like the high end spots, bro. So I don't know how to give it that much credit, but that area was very nice, very nice.
So I
The
used to
money,
live
the
out in
money feels
Buffalo.
like it's like you're playing with fucking Monopoly.
And when I was
You're
living
just
in
throwing it
Buffalo,
away.
right?
Oh yeah,
So Toronto was like I
Next
went
thing
to
you
school
know,
up
it's
there
like
for like a
5,000
year.
gone.
yeah.
So we'd always drive like 45 minutes up, whatever it is. We'd be in Toronto. So we were there every fucking weekend, bro. Forget about it. And these clubs, they're like fucking warehouses, whatever it is. You got 5,000 fucking people in there, whatever it is. And we were kids in college, and like we're doing it up like we're in fucking Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was a great time. Love it.
Yeah.
A lot of French like influence.
Yes.
A lot of
Yeah.
Portuguese too. You got a lot of Portuguese over there too, which is very interesting. You're like, why the fuck do these people from
It's a lot of
Portugal?
Indian. I was
I
just
didn't
saying,
encounter that. I
big
encountered
fellas,
a lot of Asian, a lot of Indian.
Yeah?
and
Maybe it's
French.
different. I haven't
it-
been there in about.
a lot of Arab.
Is nightlife
I
more
gotta
expensive
reapply to
there?
the country. I'm
Hell no. What?
It's not?
Hell no.
I'll tell you
what
this
we
much,
got
right?
here, what we got there, we would have paid at least 6,000-7,000 in New York,
Yeah,
guaranteed.
100%.
Guaranteed.
Wait a minute.
cheaper,
Guaranteed.
way
I
cheaper.
mean, it costs
So-
like 5,000 Canadian, which is like what?
Yeah, but you guys were
was like
doing
almost-
it up.
The dollar's more, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like
Dollars
you guys
way
were.
more.
you know.
Every $300 is like $220 over there. So I don't know the math on
But
that.
look,
so.
the one
So
thing that got
3,000
me
is
like
like
a little
2,000
tight
fake.
was like I'll go to the club here. Like let's say I hit off the bouncer with like $100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we always do. Like we hit off the just
No,
so we
yeah,
don't
to
have,
not be
we don't have any
bothered,
problems.
yeah, to
Yeah,
not
yeah.
be
don't wanna
bothered,
be
yeah.
bothered,
Bro,
yeah.
I remember I went down. I hit the bouncer off with $100 Canadian. And he acted like it was just
Monopoly money, right?
$5.
Well,
bro.
no, yeah, see, I noticed that.
You
I
don't
did
know
that
why
in
inflation, my
Mexico
boy.
too.
You know what the problem is there though? Because I figured out the hard way. The problem is the conversion rate. So if you give him 100, if you give him USD, he has to convert it, and he gets taxed on the conversion.
No, but I gave him 100 Canadian. He didn't.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So
I
what I'm
didn't know.
saying
That's
is
my
like,
mistake then.
when I went to Mexico, I went in 2022, I think. I don't remember when, but around 2022. I remember I tipped the guy. I tore my ACL at this time, so I was walking with a cane. So I needed a car to come get me every single time, you know, like the golf cart, because I was in a
Right.
resort. And every time I called, the guy would show up right away. So I tipped him $100
He
every
changed his
day.
life. Yeah.
5 days. Every time I tipped him $100, the guy looked like he wanted to cry. So I'm just, he's
Yeah,
like,
because-
"You sure? You sure?" And I'm sitting there. I'm like, "Bro, it's $100." Like, I'm looking at it like it's $100.
You talking about Mexico and Canada? It's apples and oranges, my
Yeah,
boy.
bro.
So I don't know like how it works out there. Like,
No, listen, I don't know. I mean, listen,
We had a good time. Let's do this.
Bro, it seemed
I
like
feel like I paid for that guy's rent for like 8 years.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It
Giving
did
him
feel. It
$500.
did feel like we were like, you know, like you said, like their dollar to our dollar is nothing. So like when you're out there, you're just like, you go a little overboard. And you're like, oh shit, you know?
Yeah.
Well, no, because in Europe they don't care about
it
that.
doesn't
money.
matter.
I went right, and I said myself like, all right, I'm gonna spend like 5,000 these 2 days, right?
It's literally
So I went, I
2 days.
converted 5,000 US into Canadian, right?
Yeah.
So I got taxed on that right away. Like I got clipped on that one.
Yeah,
Then I went there and I was just spending because I felt like I couldn't spend it fast enough, right?
Shout out Trudeau.
So I just kept like spending. Then I still had some left, right? And then when I got back to the airport and I converted again, that's when I realized I got ripped.
They they taxed you. They had $1,900.
double taxed.
They wanted to give me $1,200 USD. $1,900 because the conversion rate. They wanted to give you $1,200 back for your $1,900.
Oh, so you always got to
Yeah.
pay tax on the conversion rate. You'll never get.
No, I'm not. It's not tax, but the conversion rate. They obviously.
Well, they charge a fee too.
put
Whoever's
out, you
converting
know.
it, they charge a fee too.
I
put their
remember
points
back
on it.
back.
Yeah, but you have to write a lot.
Yeah.
They give you paper. If you come with like USD and you
It's how
go into
these Forex
CAD,
bros
they
make
come
their
in, they
money.
give you paperwork to fill out. They
Todd
want
knows. Todd's probably a Forex.
they want your occupation. They want to know what you do. They want to know your name. They want to know all that shit.
Why?
They give you paperwork to fill out.
If you bring what? How much?
Yeah, they want to know my
Doesn't
address and
matter.
everything.
Nah, bro.
Even if you bring
500, 1,000.
what?
They wanted my address. They wanted everything.
The ATM only gives you 400 or 500 cash USD.
Yeah.
They don't-
Oh, that's insane.
They're
I-
sitting there
I can't
tracking
live
every
like
single
that.
fucking dollar. And that's why, like, for me, right? Like, I used to go there all the fucking time, and, like, I had a little bit of, like, troubles, whatever it is, whatever it is. And that's why, like, they'll fucking ban you from their country like this, bro. For me, I have to reapply in 5 years to go in the fucking country. That's where I'm at right now. They said it was 10 years ban or whatever it was. I was what?
But why'd you get banned?
Well, long story, but long story is.
Wait, so what, you have a U.S. passport? You can't go into.
No,
Canada
I'm
right now?
completely banned from
Yeah,
Canada
yeah,
exclusively. I can go
I
anywhere
can't.
else.
Technically, I can't
how
go,
can you
but
go
they
anywhere
passed this law where like your
I've heard
felonies
people
get
not being able to get in with
expunged.
DUIs, bro.
Well, that's the thing.
I
So
could get in with an Italian passport though, because I don't have a felony on my
What
Italian
happened is very
passport.
funny. He brings that up. So
So
what
I'm good.
happened is this. So I was there. I was like formal, whatever it was, blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in like a frat in fucking Buffalo. This is like a lifetime ago, bro. I feel like I
I was
lived
just
like
gonna ask you how old are you?
Yeah, I was being a fucking jerk off, whatever it is. The girl I'm with, whatever it is, some guy like was being mad weird. So me and this kid go outside and like he's like my size, whatever it is, and he's like about it. You know what I'm saying? So like me and him pop off, whatever it is, we fight, whatever it is. Good fight. I got the better of him, whatever it is. Turns out his dad's the fucking police fucking chief of Toronto. Like no bullshit. Like dead ass. I'm like, fuck. Cops pull up, bro. They're treating me like I'm a fucking immigrant on the fucking border. Like, it's like, no joke, like, cuffing me, whatever it is, blah, blah, whatever it is. Right off the rip right there, bro. Like, I had to get escorted, like, out of the fucking country. Like, to the border, whatever it was, and, like, had to have, like, my boy, like, pick me up. Like, it was, like, some dumb shit. Okay? Then, 3 months after that, right? Being a jerk off again, you know, college kid, you know, stuff like that. I get a DUI. Boom. Another 5. So they gave me a 10-year fucking ban into fucking Canada. So I have to reapply to get into the fucking country. That's real shit.
I'll tell you the truth though. That's probably a better scenario for your manhood than fucking getting beat up by a Canadian. If you got beat up by a Canadian, I'll be like, you know what?
Nah,
What do you
bro,
what do you
listen.
reapply to though? I don't understand. I don't
You have
know.
to reapply entry into their fucking country.
But how do you do that? How do you
They
go
give
about
you
that?
paperwork,
I have no
guess, at the
fucking
airport.
idea.
I
No,
think.
no, no.
I think.
I mean, I didn't apply paperwork to go, but I also have, you know, that's why I asked about the U.S. passport thing. I don't
If
know.
he ever flew there, they could actually deny him entry.
No, they won't let me fly there. That's like clips. You can't
so
fly
when
there,
they
right?
scan your passport, they'll see that you're not valid there.
No, 100%. They will grab you at TSA. They'll be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
And they'll just ship you right back.
But they'll let you buy.
100%.
They'll let
They'll
you
pack
buy
you
the
back
ticket
up.
though.
they're not gonna fucking pay for the ticket.
No,
bro.
no, no. They'll let
First
you buy
class
the
FedEx.
ticket. Like online right now, if you bought a ticket for
Big
Canada,
FedEx
they'll let you buy it.
That I'm not. Well, I mean, these airlines don't fucking track that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
so that they
It's
would
more
let
of like
you
when
buy
you're
it.
going through customs and they're like, huh, "What are you doing here?"
Well, no,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
because me, every time I go to customs, for some reason, they stop me for 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Believe it or not, I
Why is
never
that?
They take me to the room. They fucking every time. This happened to me actually when I was going to Florida last September. I was going to Florida with my ex.
You're getting flagged in Florida, my boy. You got problems.
I get to Florida.
That's the Super Bowl of fucking
40
shiesty
minutes.
people, right?
40
Yeah.
minutes. I go through the scanner twice. You know, the scanner like this. I go through it twice. Go back in. What do you mean go back in? You just scanned me.
Did you take off your other watch?
I had my dogs. Oh yeah, I had both watches on too. I was being obnoxious this day because I just wanted to be obnoxious. Right? I had both chains, both watches on, just being obnoxious. I had my dogs with me too, so I took my dogs on vacation.
Pomeranians, the little ones. They definitely use suspect off rip off them.
So now I get past the scanner. They're like, "You got to go back in." I said, "For what? You just scanned me." No, you got to go back in. I go back in the scanner. Now I come out. You know that thing that they do, the tissue on your hands?
GSR. Gunshot residue.
They do it one time. They're like, "Oh, I got to do it again." What do you mean you got to do it again? They do it again. Now my dogs just went through. My girl at the time went through. They waiting for me. I got to do it one more time. They do it a third time. Now they're saying, "Oh, we're having a problem." Now they take me to the room. They make me take everything off. They make me do this.
Squat, cough. Lift your nutsack.
Well, first, I'm sitting in there with them, like, and I take my clothes off, right? I'm sitting in there with them, and I'm like, "All right, what do you want now?" They're like, "Oh, squat and cough." So I go like this. Right? And I get back up. I'm like, "You satisfied? You like that, no?" I'm like, "You want me to do it again?" So now they're getting mad at me because, like, I'm being funny.
You just bought another 4 hours.
And I'm sitting there doing all this, and they're like, "Oh, you have to sit here now." And I was like, "Honestly, look, can I just catch my flight? Because now you're wasting my time. You made me go through the scanner twice. You checked my hand 3 times. You made me come in here naked. So now, can I go catch my flight, or do I got to lose my flight and then I got to take this to court and sue you guys for, like, harassment?" Then they're like, no, put your clothes on, and then they let me go. But I had to go through that only in New York, though, because when I'm in Florida coming back, nobody bothers me.
Oh, nobody cares.
I've never had a problem, bro.
In other places coming back, they don't bother me.
Knock on wood, right?
I was going to Italy in January, right? Now, I don't remember much because the flight's 10 hours long. I don't want to fucking be up. So I had 7 Xanax on me, right?
Yeah, you might
and I had 7 Xanax, but loose in my pocket. And I'm like, fuck, how am I going to go through security with the 7 pills on me? Because they're going to be like, why do you have this? And they're going to bust my butt. Especially me, that they stopped me that one time.
Just put it in your stomach. You'll be good.
I ate all 7 Xanax.
No, what the fuck?
I ate all 7 Xanax. Wait, listen to this. I ate all 7 Xanax. Now I'm on FaceTime. WhatsApp FaceTime with my cousin in Italy. I get past security. They didn't bother me this time, thank God. I'm eating a bag of chips.
Why don't you?
I'm on the plane. I'm sitting down. I'm eating a bag of chips. My cousin told me the next morning when I called him, when I got there, because I woke up on the plane, being the last person on the plane. The plane was completely empty. The hostess lady, you know,
Trying to wake you up, right?
the airline lady woke me up. I woke up like scared.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like, where the fuck am I? I didn't even know where I was no more. And she's like, "Siamo arrivati." "Siamo arrivati" means we're here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her. I'm like, what are you talking about? I opened the fucking airplane window. I'm like, holy shit, we're here. I'm like, wow. I said, okay. I get up. I run out of the plane. I call my cousin. He goes, "You don't remember the phone call last night?" I'm like, what phone call? So I was eating a bag of chips on WhatsApp FaceTime with him, and out of nowhere, while talking to him, I dropped my phone and knocked out. Like, fell asleep.
You turned off.
And he's like, I was calling your name the whole time, and I saw a random guy look at your FaceTime, hang up the phone, and he gave you your phone.
My boy signed off.
And I just, like, I don't remember any of that. You could have raped me on the plane. I wouldn't know.
I flew to Italy this past summer, and it was a interesting flight.
That plane ride's too much for me.
Yeah, I took an overnight flight, but
I'll take another 7
It took me
Xanax.
2 hours just to leave the airport. My plane was supposed to leave at like 9 o'clock. I left at 11:15. I was on the ground for 2.5 hours almost.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that
they do that for
7
some
hour,
reason.
8 hour flight I was supposed to take was literally almost 10 to 11 hours.
They do that for some reason on international flights.
Bro,
I don't know why. Like, they tell you.
It made me miss my connecting flight to Bardi because I was going to Bardi, and it made me miss. I think I where
You
did I
had
land?
that 45-minute gap probably to transfer.
I landed in Milan.
Never.
I landed in Milan, and
No.
one gate was over here. The other gate was. I had to go all the way across the
to
entire.
the other side. You're
But
not
I
gonna
never
make
been
it.
there. I never been to Milan, so to get across that entire airport, I mean, you've been there, I'm sure.
No,
so
yeah,
it's
no,
fucking
but even
massive.
even
bro.
when I've been there, like, all right, so like, here's the thing. For me in Italy, there's Italian on Italian racism, right?
Yeah.
So like,
That's real.
I'm from southern Italy. I'm from Napoli,
So you like the
and this happens to Sicilians too.
Shout out Napoli.
I'm from Napoli, so genuinely, when I speak proper Italian, you'll hear a little bit of an accent that I'm a Southerner because I don't speak perfect like they do. And as soon as they start speaking, they say, "Oh, tu sei napoletano. Oh, you're from Napoli." And I'm just like, "What does that have to do with anything?"
Right.
And then they stop talking to me. They don't help me. They say, "I don't know." Like,
Is there a real
where do I
beef
go?
between there or something?
I don't know this, that. They start acting weird.
Nobody knows nothing now.
They don't help you.
What's the beef? I don't understand.
Northerners don't like Southerners. Like, I'm basically like, I don't know, the minority of Italy, whatever the fuck it is to them. It's been a thing for like 100 years, hundreds of years.
No, that's real though.
I'm gonna save my comment. Never mind.
Like, it's been hundreds of years that like people have dealt with that. So like, even now, like, you'll go to a soccer game, right? You'll go to a Napoli soccer game and we'll verse a northern team, and there'll be signs like lava lì col fuoco, meaning like, so where I live, we have an active volcano that hasn't erupted in a long time. So if that shit erupts, it's going to destroy
like Pompeii.
everything. These
Right.
guys are putting signs, lava burn them, like lava please burn them, or like diseases that have happened in my town in past times, like cholera. Cholera was like COVID in like the 40s, 50s, and people were dropping dead in South Italy.
Yeah.
And these people come with signs, cholera, or like kill Southerners,
Yeah, of
and
course.
this and that. And these are all Northern Italians that do this. Then when it's time to be Italian for a day, they want us to be Italian with them for the day. So I don't really claim being Italian so much all the time. I mostly claim like where I'm from. That's why like my name, Napoli Don Papi. That's why I always say I'm from Napoli, I'm from here, I'm from there. I don't really claim being a prideful Italian because they're racist against me, you know?
And it's crazy because
That's why also if you meet a Sicilian will be like, I'm from Sicily.
yeah,
They don't
I
tell you.
I feel like
Yeah,
all
Sicilians.
I feel like all
Always.
Italian. I feel like I don't want to say all. Majority of Italians have their own like I feel like they say they back their people, but I feel like when push comes to shove,
No.
they turn on each other. And
Actually-
I say that respectfully. I don't mean that in like a because I know some solid Italians. I do.
Okay.
But like I feel like a big majority
But
of them
now you're talking
flip.
about...
He's talking about American Italians.
Yes.
Okay.
You're talking about American Italians. 'Cause I'm
Very
going to tell
good.
you something now. Even the Italians in Italy...
That's all I know. So
Even the
I don't-
Italians in Italy,
I've never been
right?
to that
Like
part
the
of
people
Italy to
from
be that
Milan, the
deep
people
in
from
it.
Rome, who typically wouldn't like me. If I'm fighting with another race, they have my back. Just like, you guys have your beefs, like where you're from.
I'm telling you
guys
right
hate
now-
each other too. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell
But
you
like,
something real quick. Just long story short.
Go ahead.
Man, when I was in high school, man, oh man, I'm telling you, when us Albanians had problems in high school, oh man, bro, I could tell you about, like, I don't want to use the word war. I'll say it loosely. Like the wars we went through. Man, I'm talking about 20 plus people versus 20 plus different race. I don't want to point out the race because I'm not trying to get into that politics. But I'm telling you, it was 20, 25 of us. I'm telling you, 20, 25 of us walking down the block together.
But
whether me and him are like this, right?
Yeah.
So like, I fuck with a lot of people, but like me and him are like this.
No, yeah,
I'll
'cause
do
you
a lot
guys-
more
you
for him
guys
than I'll do
have-
for
yeah,
other
of
people.
course, of course.
But if I know my fellow race got a problem, I'm right behind
No,
them.
yeah,
and it
because-
was
but-
never a question. If I had we used to hang out a staircase. I went to Columbus High School, 14, 15, right? That was our staircase.
Yeah.
That was the numbers on top of the staircase we hung out in front of. If we had a problem, we went to that staircase and told whoever was there, the Albanian, because we always went there after every class. We went there. Oh, I got a problem with so and so. I'm telling you, we got
Yeah,
banned from the
yeah,
third
you
floor of the
guys are
school.
united. You guys
we
are
were
united.
20 to 25 people deep. Once the security knew, you can get this validated. You can go to my neighborhood and get this validated. I'm not even lying to you. I'm not even
I know
capping.
how it is because I'm gonna give you an example.
It's crazy.
So like, you and another Albanian don't like each other, right? Say you guys just don't like each other.
Yeah.
But now, you got a problem with the kid from another race. Even though you guys don't like each other, you guys are helping each other. You guys have that unity. And I know you're saying like about the Italians not having that unity. That's only over here in the U.S. Because
I believe that.
in Italy,
No, it's real though.
a
believe that.
northerner, right? A
I'll
northerner
believe
who
that.
would
I
not,
believe that.
a northerner who would not look my way and would speak badly
He's gonna
about
have his
me,
back,
and would
100%.
go to the stadium and
100%.
say, "Please die" or burn them with lava, this and that. if a northerner sees me fighting with another race, the northerners gonna
because
come
they're
have my
gonna
back.
assimilate that.
So
to
there is
Italy.
that type
Well,
of
why does that
unity.
not translate? How'd that lose and coming from the
Well,
from
it's
there
the,
to
it's
US?
the new
How'd that
generation
lose?
of American Italians being more.
But how'd they end up getting so selfish? That's what I don't
It's not
understand.
selfish.
Same way they
It's-
fucked up the mob.
It's not.
That's how. That's
to be
that's
honest.
how the mob get fucked up though.
Because
They were selfish and greedy because they wanted their family to eat and they didn't care about
To
any
be
other
honest,
person's family.
It's not. It
Because
doesn't.
it's something called Rico. That's and
that's-
they're Giuliani.
But how,
doesn't-
what,
Shut up,
what, does
no,
that
no,
stem,
no,
what
but-
does that stem from? Greed. Because people want
Realistically-
their family to eat, so they end up snitching on their other people.
No, the thing is this: with the American mob the thing is this. Something called the wiretap, okay, where they were tapping everybody and stuff like that.
Which
People were
just-
talking on the phone and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but when they all
you know,
started
that was like
rioting,
the
it was-
syndicate that ran
No,
fucking
this
everything.
is
People
this is
forget.
when men stop being men.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
He's
I'm
right
gonna tell
about
you
that.
why. Because in the 30s,
Why did that happen though? Why did they end up flipping on
because
each
they
other?
started adding the other cultures into it. When it was all fully Italian immigrants, it wasn't happening
That's
as
the point that
much.
he gives you that he tells you when it's Italian. a
When
lot
you
of times
started
don't really-
mixing the culture with the American Italian, it started happening more because the American Italian doesn't even
What's
know what it is to
classified
be
as
Italian.
American
You become
Italian? 'Cause
Americanized.
I know Italians that came from
But you
Italy
become
that
Americanized.
came to American, which I guess like American Italian to me right now is based like, for example, if you have a kid today, that's an American.
No, he's
Italian.
American
Was born-
Italian. He's not Italian.
Right.
He's
But
American.
I know Italians that come from back home, come here, and they don't hold that same.
They don't hold the
structure.
same thing because
Maybe
the
because
life-
they're not in Italy, so they're not
but they
held
also-
to it no more. They're not held to that
the
standard.
life-
I don't
grew up
know.
with money. So you
Nah,
gotta
it's
realize
completely
these
different.
kids, a lot of times their dads or whatever, their parents that were really about it or whatever you might say, they end up raising a kid
Let me tell you
with
something.
money. The kid ends up going to private school, a Catholic private school.
Let me tell you something.
And then he turns out completely different in terms of values
No,
and whatever.
I'm
But
gonna give you-
He
That's
grows
valid
up. He
too.
thinks he's tough because of who his dad is.
Exactly.
And then
no,
I'm gonna
he's
give
right
you-
about that.
he
People
fucked up-
stand
No,
behind
no,
that
it's
fucking
fine.
name of who used to be relevant.
I'm
20,
going to
30
give you a
fucking
prime
years
example
ago.
right now.
Now,
Best example
nobody
right
gives a
now.
fuck.
Best example right now, right? John Gotti, right? Gangster, went to jail, never told on nobody, did his life sentence, and then John Gotti's son, complete different animal. Like, not like his dad, cooperated with the government, right? So I tell people all the time, you're not your dad. You're not your dad. So those people,
Bro, you know how many people I know that live off their father's name?
yeah, but they're not their dad. You understand?
That's just
I
not
know that.
Italians. That's Italians.
But the problem is, I don't
every
even
But
care if
that's
you're
all
your dad or
these
not.
kids
Make
do,
your own
but-
name because your father made his own name.
They're not
that's the
making
thing,
their
though.
own
I don't give a
name.
fuck
They're
who
not
you
making-
are.
they
You know what
don't-
I'm
they're
saying?
not making their own.
You don't
name.
care
you know
who
my
you
favorite-
are. I
you know
care
my-
about
you
who's
know-
in front of me.
you
You
know-
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. My
You know what I
favorite
mean?
thing is like, listen.
want the
At the end of
authenticity.
the day, I'm not the toughest guy in the world. I don't care to be. I'm just telling you what it is right now. If you were so and so's son or so and so's brother, that's fine. That's all cool. But if you did something to get that anger out of me, that whatever the case
Oh yeah,
may
we're
be,
going through it. I don't care who you're calling.
You're-
Yeah, that's fine.
your father can't fly. You can't snap his fingers and be here. Your brother, your whoever it is that you're
But
trying to bring into this situation
They
can't come here
think-
right now.
Listen, no, their situation is, my dad did this,
That's
right?
cool.
So they automatically think that they're that because they come from their dad. But you're not your dad. You know, you lived in a normal home. You were given everything to you. Your mom might buy you a car. You didn't earn it yourself. If you're a person that didn't earn nothing yourself, I don't want association with you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when things get tough, you're blaming the other guy. You're blaming the other guy because you need a scapegoat to get away from any type of trouble that you have. When you've earned everything on your own and you suffered to get your own shit, you're gonna stand on your words because you know what it's like to obtain something yourself. But these dudes, American Italian kids that grow up in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, wherever they grow up from, their dad was somebody, their uncle was somebody, whatever. It is what it is, right? They think because, oh, my dad killed somebody in 1946, my uncle is scary.
Yeah, but why is that
to a lot of
information
people?
so free?
Yeah, but is it scary the guy who's pulling up on you? You know what I'm saying?
They automatically think because they carry the name, they think, oh, I carry the name, so this kid's not going to do nothing to me because if my dad or my uncle comes to bat, he's going to be scared. They
Yeah,
don't
but
realize
you also got to
that
understand,
there's
though.
other fucking people that are fucked up in the
That
head.
are just like
No,
your
not
dad
only
and your
that.
uncle
You
when
call
they're
your
growing up.
dad? I don't give a fuck about your dad. Your dad's 60 years old.
you gotta do it.
I don't give a fuck about your
It's a whole
dad.
different
But
situation.
it's not
Your
even
dad
about-
bleeds like me, no? we
Yeah,
all
for
bleed the
sure.
same, right?
We all bleed the
so
same.
why the fuck do I give a fuck about your dad?
Nobody cares.
Your uncle too, right? Your uncle maybe killed 30 people, right?
But why is that free,
For instance,
bro? Why is
no,
that
but, like-
public knowledge?
I'm gonna tell you
But
right now.
That's
No,
why
but
it gets me
it's-
upset.
it's
Like,
not
unless
even-
he's locked up and incarcerated or something like that, why is that public knowledge?
Because they need you to fear something. So like, all right,
So
Then
like-
I'm not
the
gonna
ones that
fear
spread it.
you.
No, but the thing is,
because
No,
if you're
yeah,
using
but this is
that
what I'm
to,
getting
you,
to.
to
This
make
is-
me fear you, I
But this
don't
is-
fear you.
This is what I'm getting to.
Like-
It stems off a psychological thing. So they're like, he can't fuck with me because my uncle killed 30 people. But my logical thinking is, okay, you killed 30 people, but you could always be my first body.
don't make me.
Yes or no?
Don't make you
I'm
be
not
my
wrong.
first.
You come for me. Somebody comes for you. What are you gonna let them come for you and do nothing? No. So that dude who worked the rankings up his whole life, right, to hit the 30 bodies or 10 bodies that he hit, he could be my first body. Now what? Now what happened?
Yeah, but the thing is this: you're also missing out on like how like a lot of like Italian Americans, like myself, whatever it is, like when we grew up in like tightly close communities where like they're like, oh, that's so and so, whatever it is. That's, Johnny's kid, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know what, maybe that name around where they grew up, right? And they're growing up, and you're a kid and stuff like that, and you're exposed to what? Your surroundings immediately around you and stuff like that?
Yeah, but-
You know what? The thing is this. You're going to think that you're walking around and, like, you got to be somebody, right? You got a chip on your shoulder. You're like, all right, fuck you, whatever it is, because I know so-and-so, blah, 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 whatever it is. But take that energy into the real world. You're going to run into somebody that doesn't give a fuck, that doesn't know
That's what I'm
anything
saying.
about being a part of that, right? So now take that energy, and that's somebody that hasn't experienced shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
But
like
is that-
putting,
but that-
Yeah,
it's
but-
like putting a fucking
but
like
you also
baby
have, like-
There's always gonna be
in
someone
a fucking
bigger,
pond with
badder.
goldfish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
always
I'm gonna be
bigger,
honest with you.
badder.
Like, listen, there's definitely a few there's a good amount of Italian Americans I do know that
Yeah,
will put in work. That
Yes.
will,
I'll speak on
that.
that'll give it up.
Yeah, but
I'll
those-
give it up to them.
But, but
and
those are the ones
I'm
that didn't grow up in that proper home and didn't have those things given to them so easily.
True.
Those are the ones that actually went through their life, how they had to go through their life. You understand? But these kids
I would
that,
agree with that.
my mom bought me a car.
Nah,
my
they're
dad
not none
bought
of
me
those,
this.
for sure.
I don't understand their logic of trying to be something that they're not, because when the situation gets tough, who they calling? Mommy and daddy. And then you're gonna find someone that don't care about mommy and daddy, and the situation ain't gonna wash
Here's the
away.
way I look at it, though. There's nothing wrong with that. Like that's the way life is supposed to go, right?
Yeah, but then be that.
I
but be who you
I
are
work
then.
hard, right? So that whoever I bring into this world doesn't have to go and do the same things I did, right?
You use yourself.
Of course, 100%.
I'll never tell my kid. If I have a kid, right, and God willing, he's better off than
Sebastian's
I
got like
was.
4 running around in
Have a
different
couple,
countries.
No, of course, but
But
we probably everyone in this room, everyone
People are
in
gonna
this
think
room,
he's got, he's
Everyone
baby
in this
daddy.
room has
my,
a kid
my whole
somewhere.
thing is like I wouldn't want you, but I would always be honest. I'm like, you're not that, so don't ever pretend like you're something you're not.
No, but see,
Right?
but
A lot of these kids I see, like, they got a head start in life, and God bless you should take that shit and run with it, right? And make the best out of it. Don't try to go back to what your fucking parents were,
I'll
and
be
then
honest.
try to act like they did, because they did something to get you out of that.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
No, he's right though.
I only see really American Italian kids do that. I don't see other kids do that.
I see,
No,
I see every race. I see every
I'll
race.
be honest.
Maybe it's because I'm around
His
this.
race, my race, everybody's
No,
race.
but you know what it is? It's because I'm around it more, so it's like
But this,
I don't
think-
typically
but
see.
Other
I-
people
I
do
see
the
this for
same
every
shit,
race.
bro.
It's
You
not-
look at any fucking race, any type of
Yeah.
culture, whatever it is. People always go back on like, well, like this is my
I
family.
see
member,
kids
this is
that
my
grew up
uncle.
in $4 million homes trying to
But
be
that's the
tough,
thing.
bro.
See, when I started, when I moved myself out of the Bronx, and I started
Yeah.
hanging out in Westchester County, whatever. I was still living in the Bronx, but like I took
No, yeah,
myself
you
out of the
shifted,
Bronx, right?
yeah.
So at that time, I was 17, 18 years old at that time when I first started seeing that, and I used to see a lot of them try to flex, like, oh, I pay for this. I'm like, yo, my man, you're my age. You don't pay for A, B, and C, and D. I know you don't because you're still in college. You're in high school. You're a senior in high school.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saying that my mother and father. I said I would.
would love
I
that.
love my
I would
parents.
love
I
that.
wouldn't
I would
trade-
love
I
that.
I'm
wouldn't
not
trade
even
my
knocking
parents for
that.
nothing. I want to be honest with you, and that's a cliche thing to say. But I really, genuinely wouldn't. They made me the man I am today, and I'm proud of who I am today.
I would love for
but
that
I
to
wish
be-
my mother and father, who they were today, had millions on top of them, because then I would have those nice things. I'd have the stress, and I could just go party like you went to party.
Nah, yeah,
but
it's
and
easier.
I don't need to
I gotta
flex.
go get it to go
Yeah,
party.
so I have to take my
I have to
time
make
out.
a stop before I go to the club.
You could ask him. You could ask the people I be with. You know who I be with on the regular. What did Vic used to do? I used to go out till like 4 or 5 a.m. And guess what I used to do? I used to go work at 6:30 in the morning. And I'm not even lying. On God, I would promise that. Like,
but see,
you know,
but
and I had to go find
see,
it by any means, because I needed to not only use the word keep up, but for lack
see,
of better
but
term.
you went through your own calling though.
I had to do that
to get where you got to.
I wish my mother and father could do that, but like I always tell them, I was like, "What are you embarrassed about?" I wish I could say, "Yeah, my mother." You're 18. What do you think you're going to provide at 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old? What are you going to provide?
I see rich kids trying to be hustlers, and I get confused. Like,
You're not a hustler. I can
like,
see that you're not a hustler.
You're like, what are you doing?
Not
Like,
you,
what are
but
This ain't you.
Like, what are you doing?
you don't need to lie to me. Like, I know what you are and what you know. I know a hustler when I see a hustler.
And then the
I've been
second they
around
get
it.
in trouble, panic.
Yeah.
The panic
Look,
is.
I have friends that
Ma, call the lawyer.
I have friends,
Panic
and one of my best friends, right, was dealt a really good card, you know, for a great majority of his life. Obviously, he grew up when he first got here. He grew up in an apartment, but then obviously his dad, you know, did well for himself, worked, right. He's now in a place, right, where he's not going back, and he might hang out with us, right, but he's not the one to try to imitate or think just because he hangs out with us, his whole identity has to be this whole I got it by myself thing, right?
No, yeah.
But he takes it to a point where he's taking it to the next level because he's grabbing the same trade or the same, he's a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
He's taking the same things that his dad does. His dad's a lawyer and he's a lawyer, right? And he's building on top of it.
No, which
right?
is fine. I respect that completely.
You think me or him look at him different? No.
No,
I actually value.
know,
I value that.
You value a person
yes.
like
I value him over
As
the
you
kid, the
should.
same kid whose parents put him onto something, right? And he goes around talking
lying
about like
about it.
I did this
I
from
don't
this.
care
You know
about
why? Because that kid's living a life that he's lying about.
living a real life.
And the other one's living his real life.
Yeah. And does that change the way I look
Because
at
if
anybody?
him.
Looks at him. No.
If you're insecure enough to lie about your own life, you're gonna put a lot of things on me when things go south.
But that's
God
what I'm
forbid
saying.
if things go
So-
south with
so
him
that's
and
what I'm
I,
saying.
you know, in
So-
certain situations.
What happened with the American Italians is they all grew up in these homes, and they all hear about other people having these reputations of being tough, so they think it's cool to have a reputation of being tough, and I want to be like this, but like you don't have to be like that. You want to look like that because you think it looks good to girls, or you need validation from other people.
Right.
But what happens when like a situation gets really bad? Like you got to fight somebody. Like for instance, look, I had a kid talk about me for 10 months. I didn't say nothing to him. I didn't talk bad about him. I didn't do nothing. I said there's going to be one day where God puts him in front of me.
Is that night?
Yeah. You guys remember that night? No?
Yeah,
I
bounce.
remember
Okay.
that night. I came around the corner. I just remember
Okay.
reacting.
I said there's going to be a day where God puts him in
I was
front
the
of
only
me.
one, and I remember
So-
he saw me.
I don't get angry right away, which is worse. I get angry in the long run where it's like, do you? But like,
That's the guy you got to
but
be
like,
worried about.
when
though.
it's
Yeah,
when
when
it's
it's
That's
funny,
the
go
guy
back.
that's quiet the whole entire time.
I didn't respond to anything.
Don't be honest; those are the guys you want to respect, though. You know.
100%. I'm the
let-
same fucking way. That's why I
let
can
him
relate
talk.
to him.
I let him speak about me to females. I let him speak about me to other people. I let it rock. And people would say, "Yo, he said this about you."
Yeah.
I said, "That's nice. You know, eventually I have to see him, so I'll talk to him when I see him." That's what I said. I didn't say I was going to beat him up. None of that. Then I saw him, and it was like, so it's like I look at it like this, right? When the lion's not hungry, he's not going out to hunt and eat. He's chilling there, calm, laying down. And then the other animals move in. Then they start mocking the lion because the lion's not being the lion. Then what happens when the lion gets mad? He gets hungry and does what he does, right? So this is the same situation. I let you speak for so many months. You would never look for me. You would never look my way if I saw you in the car. And I even let you rock while you were driving in the car. But now came the time where God put you in front of me. Like, now you have nowhere to go. You have to be where I am. So now I'm going to walk up to you. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to say, yo, what's up? Why'd you say this about me?
He knows what time it is.
Now I'm going to hit you.
Yeah.
And after I hit you, I expect you to, back up what you did. And what happened?
This
I have a
motherfucker's gonna
question.
turn that into an
I have a
Instagram
que- I
reel.
have
A motivational Instagram reel.
But wait,
What happened? What happened? He
The
went
lion was
They-
sitting
they
and
repost-
hungry.
yeah.
The lion was sitting and
Listen, all I
hungry.
saw was a kid drop.
He's gonna
Well,
go
can I
fall
viral.
into-
ask you a
fall
genuine
into his
question?
arms.
Yeah.
Because
That was it.
I personally, like, when I know I have a problem with somebody, I don't know. And I don't want to say it, like, to, like, put against you, like, I hate when I have beef with somebody, right? So, like, I love to, like, address it. Ask him. He knows I'm very confrontational. Like, so if I know I don't like somebody, I want to get it out the way. Like,
Of course.
what time is it? Like,
You
let me
want to
know.
get it out the way because you're thinking about it.
transparent.
Me, I know the kid's not looking for me, so it ain't a beef.
Yeah.
Look how many
But
people.
that's a specific situation. Then,
No,
right?
it's not.
The
A
way-
lot
the
of
way-
weathered
the way he
veteran.
would do it is the way he would say it is.
It's all right.
Do you really give that many fucks to like go address it now, right?
Yeah, I
So
don't.
if you don't, you tell me like,
But
are you
I
gonna
do,
do something about it
because-
now? Are we gonna do something about it now? And I'm like, no.
I'ma tell
Then
you
he's like,
why.
you don't want to do it enough.
Maybe our lives are a little different, and I'm not. It's
no,
nothing
no, no.
against you or me. It's just maybe our lives are a little different. I can't waste that, and I'm not saying you can because
No,
I know
no,
you
no.
got your shit going and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But like,
yeah.
I can't waste what I got going on to worry about when I see this because I might see him at the wrong timing. Maybe you don't have that type of wrong
No.
timing. I have a wrong timing,
I'm gonna tell you why.
and I don't want to miss that wrong timing. So I'd rather address it ASAP, get it out the way. And
I'm gonna
move
tell
on.
you why.
So
I'm
you're
gonna tell
ready.
you why. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah, not
exactly.
ready. I don't
No,
wanna
no,
be
no,
ready.
no.
I just don't want to be because I got a lot. Listen, things that I can't say off camera, on camera, and whatnot. But like, I got a lot of things going on. Whether it be whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. But like, I personally rather
Life.
just address it when I'm
No.
by myself, ready to go, and I don't want to talk about it later because
Yeah,
I'm not waiting
it's-
for you to
it's
catch
fine.
me when I have to be like,
Get it
oh
out
shit,
the way.
Yes,
Get it out the
yes,
way.
yes.
where I have to be
When
political
when
or
my
whatever
kid-
the case may be.
But
I don't
I'm
want
gonna tell you
I don't want to
why.
be political.
I'm gonna tell you why.
And I know
I'ma
he
tell you
doesn't really
why.
have to be political
No,
all
but
the
I
time.
think the way he does,
I'm gonna
though,
tell you why.
and
Cut
it's
the
like-
politics out. You know why?
it's much more fun.
That person didn't directly say it to you. He's saying it to others, right? So that means he's scared of you. Why is he not directly saying
True,
it
true.
to
That's
you?
what I'm saying. Specific situation.
If I don't
then.
like somebody, I announce it. You see how I announce
Yeah,
it,
for
bro.
sure,
I
for
abuse
sure.
people on social media just so they could come look for me. Come.
For
come.
sure.
Yeah, but
Nobody comes.
I'm
Why?
gonna tell you right to your face if I don't like you.
So I don't like somebody. I don't like you. I'm not shaking your hand when I see you. I'm gonna tell you I don't like you. This person that had the conflict with you, he didn't tell you he didn't like you. He's telling other people he don't like you. He's
Yeah.
talking badly about you to others.
Yeah.
When he can simply just call you, tell you, say some shit to you, or he could message you, or he could get in contact with you. It's easy to get in contact with people nowadays.
Oh,
So-
my favorite saying is, "It ain't hard to find me."
Yes. So now
it ain't
you
hard to find
confronting the situation, you're
2023.
going out of your way for somebody who doesn't want the problem with you. I'm gonna tell you why he don't want the problem with you. He didn't come to you first with the problem. He's trying to spread a rumor about you. By the time you address it to him, what is he gonna say? I never said that. That's not true. They're lying.
Don't
Why?
take it like that. It's the wrong
So
way. Yeah.
that's why I don't waste my time with me asking you if you said it or not. If one person says you said this, you said it. Because why is a person gonna call me saying this person said this?
Oh, I think. Yeah.
Not
that's-
one person,
That's
multiples.
true. It depends
now.
on the credibility of the source,
no,
right?
yes, but if it's more
Like
than
if
one
it's somebody,
now,
yeah, no,
The
I get it.
same
I get what you're
story.
saying.
The same
But you're not gonna
story.
take a random thing that somebody from that you barely know.
No,
you're not
you
gonna take it to
barely
grave.
know, yeah,
but if
no,
it's somebody you
sometimes-
trust, yeah. Like if I
sometimes-
tell you something
No,
like
but-
yo so and so, I would get it. You know what I mean? I understand.
sometimes somebody you barely know is gonna tell you the truth before your friend tells
To
you.
be
the
honest
truth.
with you, that
'Cause
person
they
that's
don't-
also
they have to gain their loyalty from
right.
you.
So
a stranger is
yeah,
a
but
better
that-
friend.
So,
than
but
your
that's
friend.
the
That
thing.
makes
That's the
sense.
thing. So that's my thing. Like I don't even. I'll be honest with you. I don't even like that. Like. Let's say someone was talking to you about me. I don't want you to tell me what somebody said. Like,
Yeah.
why'd you even hear that conversation?
Because that person's not my friend.
But why'd you hear that conversation?
'Cause
Because
that
I'd
person
rather
don't
you
like
have
you.
packed that person up. Be like, yo, I'll give you Vic's phone number right now. Here's
No,
his
but
phone
he's
number.
right
Yeah,
though.
no,
why
no,
did-
no,
why,
yes,
why,
yes,
why
yes,
did
you're
somebody
right about
find
that too.
trust in him to confide in him and tell you
No,
something
yeah.
about you?
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
I've even done it with
That
like,
to me is
examples
goofy as
girls,
fuck.
right? Like I have, I'm hanging out with a girl and a girl might be talking about my boy's girl, right?
Yeah.
They don't get along. If they're sitting right in front of me, I'm telling them, yo, he's been there. Pack the conversation up right now.
Yeah,
back
it's not
the
even
shit
that.
up.
Don't,
no.
if you're gonna say
But
something, don't
sometimes-
sit around me.
But
because
sometimes I
that's
tell the girls too, yo, don't talk
same
about
thing
the
with
girl.
guys, the same-
I tell the
especially
girls too,
with, you know?
don't talk about the girl if you're gonna see her next week and say hi to her.
Oh, that just happened to you last night.
That's girl shit.
That happens to me all the time.
I can't
How about that?
understand that.
That happened to you last night.
Mandarin to me.
He said he don't want to be around girls who talk shit about other girls if they're going to be around them the next night.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck.
That's
man.
just girl shit,
Bro.
bro. That's like
No,
Every time I see
that's
see
just what it
somebody
is.
or like some wannabe fucking loser on fucking on social media or like YouTube or even if they're a fucking millionaire, this that the all these guys they're like, oh, I'm gonna teach you about women, this that the other. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. You don't know, like I don't know like enough. He doesn't know enough. The fucking Hugh Hefner didn't know enough about women, bro. There's always there's so many this fucking
Women are generational, right?
8
So,
billion
like,
people in the
but
world,
the men
right?
are women,
Change
though.
You
with
mean
the
to tell me
generation,
that
bro.
half of those people are all the same towards some fucking
Fuck no, they're not.
dummy in front of a camera can sit there and tell you, I'm gonna teach you how to talk to a woman. I'm gonna teach you. No, you're not, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and
But I'm gonna
I
tell
don't
you
even
right
know
now,
enough, but I know women
all the
change with the
people,
generation,
all
with
the
the
girls
times,
we were
right?
around are
Like,
the same.
But other situations.
were there
Yeah,
horse?
exactly.
Don't tell me
but
the
girls
horse.
that the girls that we're
but listen.
around are not gonna be the same ones as the girl in South Dakota.
Right.
No,
but-
yeah,
but-
yeah.
Wait,
Hold on,
but
hold
listen,
on.
but listen, but listen,
Let
but
me say
listen.
something right
Like, for example, like 20 years ago, were there whores? Yes or no? Just quick yes.
Boys,
We don't know. They
Yes,
definitely
right?
were.
It's
It
the
was
oldest
easy-
profession,
right.
brother.
But
was
wait,
easier.
wait,
It was easier to be a whore back then.
Exactly.
He had
But
no
what's the
social
difference
media.
between now and then? So there's whores now, but what's social media? So like I said, it's generational. It's gonna change.
More of
In
a
20 years,
spotlight.
there's gonna be
More of a
different types of whores, different types of ways.
Yeah, but
they're gonna
honestly,
be around. It is what it is.
I honestly think that
That's
And
just
you're gonna,
people.
Hey.
But like, listen,
20 years from now, you're still gonna have some fucking
listen,
incel
that's
gonna sit there and be like, try to
deceiving
talk to women.
people,
Shut
like
up.
101. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like,
that's they're trying
like
to
us
find
as
their
men,
niche,
right? Like, yo, we can go out and
respect,
like
they make
fuck
money off
over a
of
girl
guys that
too. You know
don't
what
know
I'm
what the
saying?
fuck-
But they're trying
Yeah,
to
but we
find
do
their
it all
niche.
the
They're
time.
trying to find out what it
Exactly.
is.
I think
It's different. You know what I
I
mean?
think today what happened was like men got more emasculated, like they're
Soft.
not being men no
Soft.
more.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
and now the women are acting like men. So you have more of this like situation going on where there's like less marriages, less.
And the
this,
problem
less
is,
that.
people don't want to pack up women because they're so scared of losing the girl.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
of course.
But I generally,
Nah, I don't give a
I'll
fuck.
be honest with you.
Bye.
Fuck that, bro.
I don't care.
Bye.
I'd rather lose. I'd rather lose something for what I believe in. I don't care. Like I promise you, I'll find somebody else. Like,
Well,
I'm
no,
good.
my
I'm a
situation
gambler,
is always.
motherfucker. I'll take all my chips to the table
sure,
any
for
day of the
sure.
week.
But it's not even that.
Fuck you. Who are you?
My situation is, bye. I went through. I came this far. I came this far.
Without you.
Like
Yeah,
without you, right?
Right.
I didn't made 100,000. I was broke. I was rich. I was broke. I was rich. I had money. Didn't have money. Did this. Did that. Without you, right? So what the fuck do I need you for? You're useless to me because all you could do is fuck me.
Yeah,
you
but
might be
some
my
guys
favorite
need
girl.
that comfort. They need that like, bro. I'll see guys too.
But that's
that
a
are,
secure
they're
man.
good. They're good kids,
That's a
bro.
very good point you
Good
bring
kids,
up right
good
now.
looking, this that, and they're with some girl that just makes them look like a clown.
Yeah, you know why
Yeah.
though?
And then
Because
I'm looking at them and I'm like, why? And then
Why
they'll
should
sit
you?
there. I'll talk to them and they'll agree with it. Like, nah, you're right, bro.
you know why?
It still end up in this
I'm
because
gonna
they're
tell
like,
you what.
I don't know what it is. A
Insecure
lot of
men,
people want
101.
It's not even that.
and they think they won't ever be able to do better. They think this, that. They don't want to
This
take the
is it.
risk.
This is their big moment.
My whole
No.
life, all I do is I take crazy risks, bro. He'll tell you.
Yeah,
I'll drop everything I have and I'll move to fucking Tijuana,
Because
Mexico,
for those guys-
to go do a business, to
Of
work on a
course.
business, right? Which I
But
love.
those
And
guys,
is
I-
right.
those guys,
I'll take because I have one life. I'm not gonna live my life looking back and be like, what if, bro?
but
What
those
if, what if?
guys,
Just-
My
those
boy didn't
guys,
even come with like Cancun, nothing. He just came in with Tijuana.
That's where I live.
That's real shit though.
those,
Yo, respect, bro.
those guys are typically the guys who never had a ton. So when they land that first ton, they don't know.
But
like
who
they think,
cares
oh,
about the 10?
yeah, but
Yeah, it's-
okay,
it's
that's
overrated.
us.
Yeah, but
You're
that's
speaking
You
us.
about
never
us
want
right
the
now.
10 anyways.
had
The
that.
10 is
I'll-
never. It's
I'll-
just
I'll
nothing
tell
but
my
fun.
little cousin who I'll give him free game all the time. Like, yo, like he's a little insecure himself. I'm like, yo, like you realize that I can promise you, like I can literally promise you from the bottom of my heart, like there's somebody uglier than you, and there's somebody
No,
a little more
100%.
That's for you, and that's for you, and that's for you. And
But
that's
it
for
might
me.
be a dude that never got. It might be a dude that never got girls.
But, okay,
and
that-
he'll land like one of the hottest girls. So then for him, it's
But
like,
that's fine.
oh my god, I can't lose this. No, it's
Nah, he's
Oh,
right.
I
You're not-
hate
you're
that.
not-
One thing I
you're
do,
not-
I do.
he's
It
right.
you
bothers
don't
me.
feel
No,
that
you're
way.
right. No,
you don't feel
you
that
don't even
way.
understand.
If you're
it,
speaking
but
from
it's
their
happening.
perspective, you're right. But I'm
You-
talking about from my perspective
No,
in
from your
terms of like,
perspe- yeah,
yo,
but
that's cool that you feel that way.
Growing
I
up,
get-
you knew how to get girls.
No, because I understand that feeling.
it?
I understand that feeling.
It's
Like you
not.
secured a 10, so to
No,
speak. You
yeah.
secured a
Yes,
10.
yes,
But
yes.
if that 110 came to you, guess what will happen? I promise you, another one will come.
Yeah, because you were able to get the first one.
Billions of them in the world, you'll find another one.
I always look at it like this.
It might not be super easy, but I promise you, if one came, somebody else will
I
come.
always that's exactly what I say. I look at it like this. If I made 100,000 right now,
Make it again.
right? I'm gonna make it again.
100%.
If I made 200,000 right now, I'm gonna make it again because I obtained it already. So I know the steps
Again,
of going.
it may not be easy. I'm not saying
No,
it's gonna be
it's
easy.
never easy. It's never easy.
But
It's
life
not
isn't
supposed to.
easy. You
It's
know
not
what I mean?
supposed to be easy.
Life is easy. No
Sometimes
matter how
it's
good
easier.
you are of a person, no matter how bad you are, life isn't always
Life
peaches
is
and
meant
cream.
to be.
The one thing that does
But I'm
bother
be
me
real
is
with you. I'm be real with you. I kind of feel like we're giving women too much attention right now. I feel like we're giving them a lot of attention. I kind of want to pull up that photo. Can we pull up that photo?
What, 2020?
2020.
Go ahead. Where's the remote?
I got you. It's all good.
Yeah, pull that up.
I don't know if that's okay of a switch up, but I kind of want to see that photo. That's the best
Oh,
photo.
there you go. That's the greatest.
Let's give it a round of applause. Let's give it a round of applause.
That's how you smile in the face of adversity, ladies and gentlemen.
My boy
Right
came
there.
in straight cheesing.
In the fence.
I love that.
Yo, tell me about that right there.
the
How'd that
fence,
happen?
All right.
Wait, give us the whole story though.
Because I didn't even smile that much in my passport picture.
I was working in the union.
It's like get a Chuck E. Cheese.
But I want the whole story.
No, I'm getting to it.
Yeah,
I was
let's do it.
working at local 79 laborers union.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
And,
Can you say what that is, or you don't? No.
I had to be like 2017, 2018 when I was working there.
Yeah, but what was
And,
the union? What union is that? What do they do?
Laborers,
Okay.
you know, garbage, clean, this, that,
I
whatever.
don't even know. I
The
wouldn't be able to
Gophers.
verify
So
Go
that.
for this, go for
basically,
that.
like what a laborer does is he cleans up after all
Boots
the
on
other
the
trades.
grind.
He's a gopher.
So you clean up after all the other
Gopher,
trades.
they
You're
make good
there
money.
the latest and you're there the earliest.
Right.
So I was making like $40 an hour at the time, which is not bad at that time.
Yeah.
$40 an hour today is terrible.
You just hurt a lot of people's feelings.
And
Yeah.
well,
I'll be real with you.
that too. No, like I got there late one morning, and the foreman said something stupid to me, like something about karate. I'm like, what the fuck are
What's
you?
your age range around here? If you don't
What?
mind me asking? Your age range?
I'm 31 now. I'll be.
no, back then when you were in the union.
Oh, I was in the union. What? 7 years ago. I was
You were 25,
like
26?
24, 23, 24. I just started like my first serious job because I never really worked.
Serious.
I lasted 3 weeks. 3 weeks. The foreman said something stupid to me. Week 1, I picked up a suspension for punching him in the face. And they had to switch me from that job to
It's a
another
different
job.
job site, right?
Because he decided to make a comment about karate or some shit. He said, back in my day. I don't remember what exactly he said. And I took it the wrong way because I was already fucking tired because I woke up at 4:30 in the fucking morning.
He was up all night.
And yeah, that's exactly what it was.
had
I was
reservations, my boy.
I was out. I was
You had
out.
Priorities were fucking screwed up.
I showed up there, and now I did fucking massive amounts of blow from being out. I took an Adderall to try and stay awake, but nothing was
There you
helping
go.
me stay awake because I've been up for 3 days
I
now.
love the
I'm on a 3-day
authenticity.
bender.
Love
Right?
it.
I put my head down on the table,
Yeah.
and I fall asleep while he's giving his little fucking
Off
gay
the Addy
speech
and the
about
blow?
work. Yeah, bro.
Oh, you coming down hard.
He's giving a speech about
down hard.
what we're doing today for work. I don't give a fuck what we're doing today for work. Just put us out in the field and whatever we're doing, we're doing. He's giving us a speech, a breakdown, a plan. He sees
going
me
on
sleeping.
today, right?
Yeah. So he says something to me about karate. This kid George that was sitting next to me, I'll never forget it, was
I love that you love the you know
going
the
like
names.
this, like tapping me to wake up. And I'm like, stop fucking touching me. Like I smacked his hand, stop touching me, I'm tired. And then the foreman comes and he's like, you want to go home today? And I look at him, I'm like, huh? I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, oh, back in my day, and said some shit about being a black belt. So I took it the wrong way. Why are you telling me you're a black belt? I got up. I didn't say nothing. I punched him in the face. So now everyone at work's like, oh my God, he hit the foreman, blah, blah, blah. And I got obviously kicked off that job. I had to call the union hall. I had to talk to somebody from the union
right.
hall. This happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. Whatever. They sent me to a different job. I met somebody
So how
there.
many jobs are you on at this point? Is this fucking job
No, this
3?
was my second job.
Second,
in
second.
week 1, this was my second job already.
Karate guy was the first
Okay.
guy.
I'm just trying to follow.
I go to a different job and I notice there's 100 laborers there. And me, in my head, I'm like, this is gold. Because
Scheme.
I don't
Scheme
have
central.
to. I don't have to do shit.
Yeah,
here.
you have somebody
This
of
is
your
gold.
you over there. Yeah.
So I was paying somebody every week to sign my name for overtime hours and the time I had to show up, and I was just not going to work. I was getting paid to not be at work.
Right.
It's like I was getting the check every Wednesday, direct deposit, without being at work. It took maybe 6-7 months for me to get caught. Like, I got caught after 6-7 months. I guess the guy wanted to talk to me about something. He called me on the walkie-talkie. I wasn't answering. I was in fucking Miami.
Yo, I'll be right there.
My phone starts ringing.
Yeah, the bus is late.
My phone starts ringing. I'm in SLS. I'm fucked up right now. Fucked up. Cocaine, Adderall, Xanax, alcohol, whores, right? I'm fucked up in the cabana at SLS, laying down like this, right? So like just my phone starts ringing. I said, "Fuck, I gotta answer this." I walk out of SLS to answer the phone, be like more quiet.
Yeah.
Hello, where are you? I'm calling you on the walkie-talkie, and I need you to come do something.
I'm in the elevator, no service.
I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there. I'm like,
service.
oh, I don't think the walkie-talkie's working. Obviously, I don't know. He's like, where are you? And I said, oh, Charlie, who I knew wasn't at work that day. Charlie told me the week before that I needed to go on the 24th floor and finish whatever the other guys didn't finish. So the guy believed me for a little bit. He was like, all right. He goes, call me when you're done. So I bought myself 3 hours to try and figure out what the fuck I had to do. So instead of me thinking what the fuck I had to do, I went back into SLS and started doing more blow, talking to girls, whatever. My phone rang again. But this time I answered my phone in SLS. The music loud. He's yelling at me, where the fuck are you? I said, I got to call you back. I hung up, never called him back. They found out that I wasn't going to work for months because they started looking at the little cards that you get that you
Time
swipe
cards.
at the gate.
Oh, okay.
So they looked at the time slots and saw that I never went there. So I got in trouble for that, and I had to pay like
You
a
had to pay-
$30,000 fine.
You had to go back pay?
Yeah, I had to
You had to
pay like
back pay them
a
back?
$30,000 fine, but I said I couldn't. I said I couldn't afford it. Whatever, blah blah blah. So I
Right.
give
Paid
them
for
like,
that trip in Miami, though, didn't it?
of course, I give them $50 a month, and I took my annuity before
Oh,
I
you
got
did the payment
fired.
plan.
Yeah, I took
That's
my
my boy right there.
I took my annuity. I took my annuity
I'm a
before.
financing
Book now,
6
pay
months
later.
right here.
Yeah.
Yo, my
now, pay
boy
later,
financed
guys.
us 6 months.
So wait, it gets better.
I'll pay later.
Somebody on the same job site, I don't know who exactly it was stealing money from the company.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they were stealing money from the company. So they thought because I wasn't showing up to work and I was obviously frauding them by not showing up to work and getting paid, that I was
Allegedly
also stealing
frauding them.
I was also stealing the money from
I
the
think I
company.
saw you at that job site.
So
Me too.
I'm pretty sure.
I remember Snapchats.
Yeah.
I think the
That's
company Turner bankrupted off that job site. They had like
fucked
they
up the
bankrupted 500,000 off that job site, and another company had to save them. So then around 2020 November, the feds came knocking on my dad's door. Now my dad's an immigrant like me, but he never learned how
Did
to
you
speak.
live there or no?
Nah, I lived at home by myself at this
Okay.
point. My dad's an immigrant like me, but my dad never learned the language. So these guys knock on the door at 5 in the fucking morning. I get a call from my dad, and I haven't been on speaking terms with my dad for a while at this point in time.
Right.
My dad randomly calls me at 5 in the morning, and I wasn't keeping my phone on silent at this time, so I answer the phone. I'm like, what do you want? He goes, the FBI is here, and they want to talk to you. I start laughing because my dad don't know the difference between a detective, a cop, and an FBI agent.
Yeah.
So I start laughing. I'm like, it's probably detectives from the 6-2 precinct. Tell them I'll call them later. Tell them to go home or some shit.
Yeah.
My dad goes, no, FBI. I said, fuck you, and I hung up on him. 5 minutes later, my mom's house. FBI agents are there. My mom understands
Two
English.
separate spots, I'm
Yeah,
assuming, right?
my mom understands English a little bit better. So my mom is sitting there talking to them. Then she calls me, and she goes, the FBI is here. And now I start yelling at her, Ma, it's detectives.
You're not speaking
Just
to
tell
your
them
mother
to leave.
at this time?
No, I wasn't speaking to her either. I wasn't really speaking to my family
one?
on speaking terms. I was never really on speaking terms with them.
Right.
Like, I went through whatever I went through with them. So
Right.
my mom's telling me the FBI is here. I don't believe her. Now they finally go to somewhere more competent. They go to my aunt's house, where on my license I lived at my aunt's house. They go there. And I have a cousin that obviously is American, lived here, grew up here.
Right.
He calls
He
me.
knows.
The FBI is at my house. And at the same time that he's calling me,
Tracking you like you're fucking.
my
Fred.
ex-girlfriend's calling me. They thought I was at my ex-girlfriend's house because the night before I was out with her. They barged into that house like, where is he? Where is he? Like, fucking ran in there. And they're like, who? The whole family's like, who? The dad is like, who? And she's like, who? She's lying to them saying, I haven't seen him in a while. They said, no, we know you were with him last night. So they cuff her. The dad calls me and goes, listen, they cuffed my daughter. Can she give them your address? Because where I live, my name is not on paper. That's why they couldn't find me. Not even the electric bill's in my name, so they couldn't find me. So I said, yeah, tell her to give them my address. But I'm going to leave, though. They're not going to find me here. So I left. I sent my dog to my friend's house for the night, whatever. I called my lawyer right away. I said, listen, the FBI is looking for me. I don't know for what. So I don't want them to pick me up. And then I got to sit there for 24 hours, not knowing what time I'm going to post bail and come home. I want to actually arrange it properly. Can you find out what they want? My lawyer calls them, gets in touch with the agent. His name is Joseph Crispino. I'll never forget it. And he goes to the agent, what do you guys want from, this person? Right. And they're like, oh, he's being charged with federal fraud, federal grand larceny, a whole bunch of fraud charges, whatever. So I called the FBI agent and he's screaming at me on the phone, come here, we need to talk, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, you're going to talk to my lawyer first and then I'll show up. So whatever, when my lawyer called me, he told me they want you for this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Lance, what do I do next? Because my lawyer was Lance Lazaro at the time. Lance, what do I do next? He tells me, do not go home because they're going to wait outside your house all day. Do not sleep
found
home.
Your address?
Yeah, because my ex had to give it to them. Otherwise, they would have arrested her as accessory. I didn't want that for them. So don't sleep home. Don't sleep home because they're going to wait outside your house for you to come home and this and that and the third. He goes, I'm going to arrange for you to turn yourself in tomorrow, but turn yourself in on time, the time that I give you. So like that, they don't fuck around with the paperwork because they have to, there's a respect thing because I know people in the courts. So there's a respect thing that they have to do if I make you turn yourself in at the right time. So I had to turn myself in at 7 a.m. So I slept at this girl's house, whatever. And my lawyer goes, honestly, I don't really think they have much on you. It's really a bullshit case. So just turn yourself in. We'll go through court, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right. I turn myself in. Now I'm in a good mood. So I take an Adderall before because I take an Adderall before.
Why the fuck would you take an Adderall before? You're going to be in book?
Because, no. My lawyer told me by 1 p.m. I would be out.
Yeah, bullshit. Never works that way.
I was.
Well, that's why
I was out.
But that's why he told him to turn himself in at a certain time.
I turned myself in at 7 a.m. I get to the building, right? The girl drives me to the building. I get to the building. I'm laughing. I'm listening to Pop Smoke before I go there because this is when Pop Smoke was popular. So I get to the building. I walk in to MCC, Manhattan, not Brooklyn. I had to go to MCC, right? Yeah. I get to MCC, bro. It's fucking crazy. They have like the fucking the railing on the floor that they have to roll down for you to get in there. Whatever. Mm-hmm. I get in there. I get to the front desk. Who are you? I'm Antonio Russo. Yesterday, this agent, Joseph Crispino, was looking for me. I'm turning myself in. Okay, they call him. Guy comes downstairs. I'm laughing now. Like, I'm in a good mood because I know I'm leaving. I go like this. So I'm like, what happened? You couldn't find me yesterday? I was home. So he's like, oh, you think this is funny? I'm like, no, I was home the whole time. Like, you guys drove around all of New York and couldn't find me. I thought you guys were, like, more serious than that. So now I'm making comments at him. He gets mad. He cuffs my hands and then cuffs my ankles. So I said, I already ran from you yesterday. I'm not going to run from you today. You don't need to cuff my ankles.
Oh, they give you the Hannibal Lecter.
You don't need to cuff my ankles. There's no way I could run to. I obviously came here to do my duty, no? And he's like, oh, you're a jokester? I said, no, I'm just being honest with you. So I go upstairs. We're upstairs, right? They sit me in the room. And they get ready for my fingerprints, whatever. I do my fingerprints. I'm sitting down. Guy asks me if I'm hungry. I say, yeah, get me this, and that. I guess they thought like I had to talk about something. I don't know. He comes back and he's like, so how did you get involved with all this stuff? And I have no idea what he's talking about. So I tell him 347-744 and the last 4 digits of the number. And he's looking at me like, who is that? I said, my lawyer. Now he gets mad. Gets mad quiet. Puts me back in the cell. Doesn't talk the rest of the time. Now I'm waiting mad long. I get in a bad mood. I'm like, yo, when are you taking me downstairs for picture day? Right?
Like it's kindergarten orientation.
Because now I'm getting under his skin.
Yeah.
So this fucking guy goes to me, I gotta ask you something. He's like, are you from Napoli? Because he saw my tattoos. And I was like, yeah, why? He goes, oh, trying to relate to me. Me too. I said, no, you're not. I said, you were born here, right? He goes, yeah, but my parents come from here. I said, let me explain something to you. I said, nobody from Napoli becomes a federal agent. Never. I was like, you're not Napolitan. You're just American. I was like, do you even speak the language? Now he stays silent with me again. So now he takes me downstairs for picture day, right? The nurse asks me, are you on any drugs? I said, yeah, Adderall. It's like, I take drugs every day. What do you want? And she's like, are you feeling any weird, like, do you feel like something's wrong with you? I said, no. I'm happy. I took the Adderall because I know I'm going to go home soon. So now the guy's getting mad. The lady's looking at me like, what's wrong with this kid, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I go take my picture, and I start smiling in the picture. So the guy goes to me, what's so funny? I looked at him. I said, well, I just looked at the clock, and it says 11:30, and Lance says that I'm going to be home by 1 p.m. So that's why I'm happy. You guys just wasted your day. So now he's looking at me, whatever. They bring me to the other room. The guard opens the gate. I go inside the gate, and I start singing, baby, welcome to the party. Like, this is me, like, being locked up with other dudes that were locked up with me were looking at me like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid?
Yeah, shot.
And I'm just sitting in the, baby, welcome to the party.
As I'm looking at this fucking photo right now, it looks like your pupils are hella dilated, my boy.
I start going, I'm a dot. Get me lit. Huh? Right? So now I go upstairs to court. My lawyer goes, to the judge, is it possible we give him a ROR, free bail, right? ROR. There's not much on this case. Could we give the kid a ROR? It's Thanksgiving because it was a few days before Thanksgiving. Yeah. It's Thanksgiving. It's Italian kid. You know how much food they eat. Like, started making jokes in court. So I'm laughing.
It's a good lawyer.
The judge looks at me and goes, if I see you here again for something like this, your bail is going to be unpayable. Like, it's going to be too high.
Right.
I said, no problem. She goes, you're free to go. So she slams the thing, tells me I'm free to go. And I look at the federal agent, and I go, bitch, I'm a thot. Give me that. Go on my hip. I start looking at him. And then whatever, I was released after that. Then I had to go to court and go through the whole court process of being
yeah, but you obviously beat that shit, no?
No, yeah, I got, like, they let me go.
Yeah.
So then I turned around and sued them. So now I have an open lawsuit with them.
There you go.
For defamation of character and all this other shit. Because I didn't do nothing.
Shout out Pop Smoke. He really made that happen for you, didn't he?
How'd you obtain that photo, though?
This photo, I begged my lawyer. I begged my lawyer for my mugshot. There's actually another picture that I really, really want.
Yeah, that's the one I want to know about.
Right?
That you couldn't get.
Are you just really thoughting out?
I went to a funeral. And I didn't know these dudes were really on top of me like this. I went to a funeral, and I'm outside the funeral home. I'm talking to somebody. I wore a Burberry trench coat, black Burberry trench coat, fire fit that I had on. I never took a picture with this, right? Burberry trench coat, Burberry scarf, right? Black jeans, black Burberry shoes, whatever, the whole 9 yards. Burberry gloves. I'm talking, they got a picture of me side profile, like hand gestures, you know, but like the picture was fire because the outfit, the way it looked, whatever. They bring up the picture in court. They're talking about a person I was talking to that I shouldn't have been talking to, but I have no idea who anybody is. So it's like, what does that have to do with me?
You're an immigrant. You're new here, you know?
So I'm sitting there while the judge is talking. I go like this. My lawyer's looking at me like, what are you doing? I go like this, raise my hand. Try to be respectful, like as if we're in school, because I don't know how it works out here in court. I've never been to court for this. I'm raising my hand. What, Mr. Russo? What? I said, Judge, please, is it possible, right, when we're done today, that I get that picture? Wait, the whole courtroom starts laughing. My lawyer's mad at me. He's whispering to me, what the fuck's wrong with you? The whole courtroom's laughing. The DA is looking at me like, did this kid really just do that? And the other guys who are on the other side of the table, the complainants, whatever they're called, are like nodding their head no. So the judge starts banging the fucking hammer thing on the table, podium, whatever it's called. And she goes, you think this is a joke? Now I'm looking at her. I'm like, no, I really want the picture. Now I'm thinking that like she thought I was joking that I wanted the picture. I'm not thinking that I was making the court a mockery. At this point. Yeah. So I'm sitting there. I'm not thinking I'm making the court a mockery. She goes, you really think this is a joke? I said, no, Judge, I really want the picture. I said, when we're done today, please give me the picture. She goes, you're making a mockery of my courtroom. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just want the picture. So now she holds me, yeah. I'm being dead serious. Like, I'm not changing my facial expression. I'm being
like
serious.
You never thought it was
You're
funny.
not moving on.
No, I didn't think it was funny at all.
No, he actually wanted the picture. I remember him telling me this.
She said, what do you need this picture for? Oh, I want to post on my Instagram. Yo, once I said I want to post it on my Instagram,
clips.
This lady got so mad, held me in contempt. I went to jail for another 12 hours, and I had to pay $1,000 fine for asking for a fucking picture. So now I'm like, okay, I paid $1,000 fine. I'm in jail, right, again for 12 hours.
Hopefully I get a fine.
I want that fucking picture.
My lawyer
he wants that fucking picture.
My lawyer definitely got the picture. My lawyer comes to me, right, to come get me, to proceed me back in court now. First thing I say to him, yo, he's like, what? Did you get the picture? He's like, are you retarded? He goes, bro, I'm about to fucking leave you here. I'm like, what do you mean? I said, I went through whatever.
I did all this for that.
I said, I paid the $1,000 fine. I'm sitting in jail. Can I at least have the fucking picture? I paid $1,000 for this picture now.
Right.
I'm like, your customer.
Bro. He's like, it's evidence. They can't give you that. I said, why? It's me. It's of me. I should be able to have access to something that's mine. They're like, no, they can't give it to you. I'm like, is there anything you could do? I said, all right, fine. Next time we go to court, just like if they present it to you like on a table, can you take a picture of the picture? And he's like, shut the fuck up about this picture before I make you go get a new lawyer. I actually texted him last summer, since everything's like done with, to see if he could get the picture. And he told me to go fuck myself. So no, there's no way for me to get
You're
the
making
picture.
this poor guy's fucking job way too hard.
To be honest, honestly,
poor guy. I'm sure you paid him well.
Honestly,
yeah.
I promise you, I think the best Christmas gift or birthday gift I'll get is that picture.
So if anyone's
if you give me $10,000 right now,
get him that fucking
if I ever
picture.
see this Burberry trench coat, I know it's that picture.
oh yeah, 100%.
Right.
So if like somebody gave me something that was worth $20,000 or the picture, I'm happier with the picture than fucking 20 beds. Give me the fucking picture. I want the picture.
He wants the Burberry.
That picture was fire.
Right.
Looked like runway model type.
My boy
fire,
forgot
like-
to take a flick that day.
Like they had like the right camera, the right angle. Like they were doing a good job.
Is it like black and white? Like you're back in the old days?
Yeah, it was. It was black. It was black
It's
and
like
white.
Godfather Part 4.
It was black and white, and I was like this,
Yeah, I knew you did.
right? I'm like this, talking to somebody.
What do you want to do?
And
What do you
just
wanna do?
the
Yeah, like a
exact
rule.
angle
Yeah.
that they caught it looked so good. I was like, yo, I need
That's
this.
fire.
I need this fucking picture. But till
That's
this
the
day, I didn't get it.
I'm going to make sure I get that fucking photo for you one day.
Yeah. I remember.
I swear to God, in my life, I'm going to make sure you get that fucking photo.
No, it's gonna be
We're gonna figure it
impossible.
out
No,
someday.
it's not.
Someday. Trust me, we're gonna get this.
Just let me know what
I
next
gotta
score
figure out
game
who
is,
I know
maybe
next
I'll have a
FBI.
picture. You know, that's great.
I'll see you guys later.
God bless you. This is great.
It was fun.
Yeah, great.
It's a good one.
I'll see you guys again.
Oh, you'll definitely
Appreciate
see
y'all.
us. We got more to tell, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We got off topic a
down the
little bit,
line.
but
A
you
little
know,
off topic.
there's way more stories to tell.